We all forget. We literally do because it's so far away. Seattle's so far away up there. Way up there. Way over there.
So far.
It's Canada.
Yeah.
It's over there.
That's Utah.
No offense to Canada.
None taken. Beautiful place.
They win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pete Carroll and Geno Smith win games.
Yes.
They're in every game. They win. They're in the lead right now. NFC West.
Yeah.
Once again, in the middle of the season, they are in the lead of the NFC West. Last year, they had the number one offense in the entire NFL through the regular season after trading away Russell Wilson, and everybody thought they were mailing it in. And I put out a tweet and said, listen, not enough people talk about Seattle Seahawks, especially on afternoon talk shows. And, I had the big swagoo tell me who you talking about, because I guess NFL Live does a lot of chit-chatting about it. I was talking about us. We never talk about the Seahawks. I do apologize. All these dudes do is win. And Jackson Smith and Jigba is a great weapon that they've added to that squad, let alone Walker, who's just so fast, seemingly, and their uniforms, awesome.
Ooh.
I mean, we got to talk more about Seattle, AJ. How come you refuse to talk about the Seahawks and how great they are, Mr. Hawk?
Yeah, I guess I've been silencing all of our talk of the Seahawks. You guys try to bring it up, and I'm just always trying to shoot it down. I guess that's how it is. But you're right. We didn't give them a whole lot of. We didn't give them a big chance to win this one. We were all hyping up Cleveland, saying how great their defense was and how they could pound the rock and everything. And Seattle finds a way, man. It's a tough place to play. We all know that, but still. Credit to them. Credit to Geno. 2 picks, and he still is able to bounce back and still have a hell of a game and win.
Yeah, mental toughness at an all-time high for Geno. He's obviously had a long career that has had a lot of things happen to him at different spots. But him and Pete Carroll, and here's a great winner. Boom. Give me that. Scoot, throw the ball. I'm so cool. He also had a handshake with Jones from the Browns from whenever they were back at Ohio State.
Yep.
That was a really cool handshake.
Yeah.
I think Jackson Smith and Jigba probably a really cool dude. I don't know him personally.
He needed that.
But this team's filled with these guys.
Oh, yeah.
What do we not know about the defense of Seattle that maybe makes them a contender? Is that a weakness or greatness for them?
Love the offense, obviously. Tyler Lockett's always going to be Tyler Lockett. Want to see more out of DK and Jackson Smith. Big play for him, though. But the defense, especially secondary-wise, on paper, they are probably the most talented, deepest group on paper when everybody's out there.
In what? The entire NFL?
In the entire NFL.
Wow.
Jamal Adams.
Jeez, we never talk about that.
And we haven't had a big enough sample size with them all out there, but Jamal Adams, when he's healthy, he's a weapon around the line of scrimmage and pressuring quarterbacks.
He had a pick yesterday, right?
He batted off his head.
Off his helmet.
And Love went up and got it. Safety that came over from the Giants. He's a dog. Trey Brown is playing outside, incredible. Tariq Woolen, Devon Witherspoon, Quandre Diggs, who's been one of the best free safeties in the league for some years now. And then you got Bobby Wags back in there as well.
Kobe,
up front, they could be a little better with pass rush. Just lost one of their best pass rushers, I think, for the year. But they got a collective group on defense that can get after you, especially in that secondary.
Hey, Seahawks, we apologize. Okay?
Sorry, Seahawks.
It's on him mostly, but also probably a little bit on me.
Boy,
if I had to guess.
getting after him.
Yeah, and they added Frank Clark.
Yeah.
Their guys, they were buying at the trade
This is
deadline.
2 years in a row now, or Carlos Dunlap 2 years ago maybe. They made this similar move where it's like, hey, you need to get a guy, need to get to the passer, and it feels like they're doing the same thing with Clark. It's like always active. Pete Carroll's always electrifying, and they're always in games. Feels like it would be good for sports media fodder. I don't know why you guys always say we shouldn't talk about it. Is that you guys that say it?
It might be. As a Packers fan, I've kind of hated the Seahawks for quite some time now. But I think the bigger thing is, even though Geno won comeback player of the year last year and played incredible, like he hasn't played to that level this year so far, and I think he kind of just gets shuttered away in terms of like when people are talking about elite quarterbacks. So people kind of just discount Seattle no matter what, but they do. And then on Monday you look at the box score or whatever. If you didn't watch the game, it's like, oh shit, Seahawks won again. And for them to be 5-2 right now and have a half game lead in their division with the how the Niners have looked, outside of the last 3 weeks, like we should be talking about Seattle more.
That's Geno needs to stop turning the ball over in the red zone. I feel like he throws a red zone pick almost every single game.
A big one against the Bengals too.
Yeah, if he stops doing that, their record would be a lot better.
Hey, Moochie. Hashtag I don't want to overreact. But we need to talk about the Seahawks more. You're right. Geno and the team didn't play as good as they're capable of and were able to make plays when they needed it and march down the field against the number one defense. Plus, they now lead the NFC West over those fraudulent Niners. Moochie says the Niners are a fraud. Geno did have 2 turnovers, which everybody's talking about it being a problem in his eyes. But Jackson Smith and Jigba looks incredible. I mean, that was a great touchdown to win that whole thing. You're right, we do need to talk about Seattle more. And, AJ, you've already admitted on this program today that it's your fault we don't talk about them, so why don't you go ahead and change that?
Yeah, I mean, that's my bad, really. silencing all of our Seahawks talk. Obviously, I have so much against those guys.
Thank you.
I'm the only guy in here that ever mentions their GM, John Schneider, and he and Pete Carroll's relationship, how great they are together, how tough it is to play out there. One of the best barns in the league. Tough, man.
Wow.
Let's make sure moving forward we talk about the Seahawks more, guys.
Aaron James Hawk. Aaron James Hawk.
Yeah.
Aaron James Hawk. Aaron James Hawk. Yeah, it's good.
It's a little different.
Still plays.